right, this is part 2 of my live that I just ended a few seconds ago. I'm traveling through an area between Moreno Valley and I'm on the 60 headed towards the 10 to head out to Palm Springs, and um, decided I would just do a live on the drive. I love it out here. The desert is my happy place. The only thing that I have a hard time with is the heat. Matt, is that you? Or is it Rudy? I hope everybody comes back. Um, so yeah, I just passed through there, and there's this one spot, just this one spot where the signal will disappear, and it lasts about 5 seconds, but then I guess it kind of wreaked havoc with my signal after that. So I ended that live and started this one. So if you are new, thank you for stopping in, and say hello if you feel inclined. Be sure to hit the like button, and if you are someone I know returning, I'm hoping Matt made it back in here. Thanks for coming in. Cricket Cinema! It's great to see you here. Thank you for coming. Did you tell the troops? I should have done that before I went live and started driving. Oh, the previous one? I think that's a setting I need to adjust. When I'm not driving, I can unprivate that, make it public again. And I'm trying to remember why I remember setting it, but I don't remember why. I think it was a tip that I got from another YouTuber, which now I'm like, why would she say that? It doesn't work. Sandy and Wendy, hi. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So what I'm doing, for those of you who didn't see the first part, I am headed, yes, I am in the driving seat because USA. Although it probably looks like, I think the image is reversed, so it probably looks like I'm in the right side of the car, but I'm not. So I'm heading out to Palm Springs for my first day of orientation at my new job. And I won't rehash everything I said. Donnie Sims, have a nice day. Or have the day you deserve. I'll put it like that. Cricket Cinema, do you have time to mod for me? Thank you so much. Let me tag you in. There you go. You have a wrench. Yeah. Yay! So thank you very much. Train of thought derailed. Let's see. Does anybody remember what I was talking about? Oh, I was kind of doing a brief recap of the first live I did where I went through the Badlands and lost my signal. New job. Yes. So in February, I left a job that I really, really liked, but I was only a contractor without an end date at that point because I went in to cover for somebody who was on maternity leave. Fun fact, she never came back. And then when I was starting to plan my exit, somebody, last summer, told us she was pregnant. So that meant another going out on maternity leave. And so I stayed on because I believed in, no, we have an area in just outside of Moreno Valley, just east of Moreno Valley, that we call the Badlands. It's very, very small. But we call it that because it's kind of goes through some hills. I don't really think they're mountains. I don't think they're tall enough. But yeah, there's some hills. And when I was a kid, it was known for terrible accidents. So, so we called it that just because, unsafe drivers trying to go through there too fast. If there was fog, it was even worse. Another fun fact, so that highway, it's Route 60. It's what takes you to the 74, which is the road you take to get to Gold Base. Hey, Carrie Ann! Hi, welcome in. Glad you came. I saw Cricket Cinema put up the bat signal, and I'm grateful for that. And I also gave him a wrench because someone trying to be, I'm not even saying he was trying to be funny, he was trying to be racist, popped in, and I'm driving, and so I handled him, but I needed an extra hand. Anyway, so Carrie Ann, I'm headed up to Palm Springs for my first day of orientation at my new job. It is at the Transgender Health and Wellness Center. And I'll have to go out to Palm Springs for a little while, but ultimately the plan is for me to build up my own clients, and I know who I'm going to start with. I have a friend who is doing electrolysis right now, and I want to explain to her how laser hair removal, which is what I'm going to be doing. Oh, hey, Carrie Ann, it doesn't even ruffle my feathers, but I'm not going to have it. So, I might say in the group chat when I'm not driving what it was that he put, but I knew exactly what he was trying to do, and I wished him the day that he deserves. So yeah, no, and Club Brain Fog, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Yeah, short version of the story of my previous job was I loved working there, but I was a contractor, and the clinical manager did me wrong by trying to I was only part-time, she cut my hours from 24 hours a week to 12 hours a month. She just wanted me to teach the classes. And I almost laughed at her, but I held that in. And thank you, Cricket Cinema. That's why I knew you were the one, so I gave you the one wrench to rule them all. Yadira! Hi, thank you for coming in. It's good to see you. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. Sunday is my 55th birthday. My birthday wish is for my views to match my likes. So if everybody could hit that. Mark! Sophia, it's good to see you. So Sophia, I keep doing recaps and not finishing the story. In September, I left a job that I really, really liked, but knew wasn't going to be permanent for me. I was a contractor. And I quit. I gave notice rather abruptly. The clinical manager, and I don't like clinical managers that never worked as a nurse. Thank you, Yadira. Do you want a wrench too? I don't mind giving you the wrench, Yadi. She tried to cut my hours down to 12 hours a month, and I'm sitting in her office right next to the calendar, and I just said, well, that's not going to work for me. And so there you go. I turned to the calendar and I pointed and I said, well, that's not going to work for me, so why don't we call the 28th of February my last day? I like that, mi reina. When my kiddo was trying to pick new names, she wanted to go with Princess, and I suggested Reina because I like it better. Princess to me sounds like a nickname, not a name. And yeah, it's like anyway. As Yadira said, please double tap your screen. And and I think I knocked her socks off because she kind of is like, I saw her mouth open and then she just closed it. Because I don't think she expected that at all. And that's fine. I have to take care of me and my kiddo. The end. Why did they paint the dinosaur red? If you guys know the 10 freeway as it goes into Coachella, when you're heading east, there's this historic dinosaur. There, at one point, they were talking about taking it down, and at that point, I was ready to take up a GoFundMe to save it, but somehow they did manage to save it. And Matt, I would love a cuppa. I would love that. I'm actually heading out early, which will give me a chance to talk to you guys and maybe stop and get a cup of tea myself. So if you're just coming in, I am heading out to Palm Springs to start my new job, which was always part of my exit strategy plan from the previous job. I was just going to try to hang in there until the nurse that I stayed to cover for while she was on maternity leave, I was going to wait for her to come back. Two things happened. I found out that is not happening. I'm not the one. I almost said that too, but I was just like, be courteous, be cordial. Be professional. And I don't know what kind of reaction she was expecting, but she didn't get any of them. Because the thing about nursing is, unless we choose to, we don't stay unemployed long. because there's always a job. I could have taken a travel contract in another state. My life just isn't set up that way for right now. And a lot of the ones they were sending me were places that I wouldn't even visit. Although Salem, Massachusetts was intriguing. And the travel contracts pay $3,000 or more a week. I could really use that right now to get caught up. But like I said, if I do any kind of travel contract with a facility, I need it to be local right now. And yeah, doctors get the. Well, you want to know what? I remember I worked when I was in LVN. I worked in LVN is nursing, licensed vocational nurse. It's a step below. Oh, I'm not taking that 111. It's a step below RN. Actually, Matt White, the doctor has, at least in California, legally, the doctor has to deliver the bad news. They deliver the bad news and they walk out, and then the nurse goes in to clean up the mess. So we aren't supposed to accept gifts unless it's something that we can share with the rest of the nursing team. But there was this one guy that came into the clinic. The doctor goes in and tells him that he has a malignancy. He pretty much thought so. It was pretty big. That's all right. Club Brain Fogs, thanks for sticking in here with me. As my mind is just wandering now. But they were able to catch it. They excised it. He did his treatments, and he sent his sister to drop off something, and it wasn't shareable. So I couldn't refuse. I couldn't give it back. I just put it in my backpack and just tried to pretend like it didn't happen. It was an Insignia watch set with, I think it came with 5 different sets of bands. The only one that knew that I got it was the doctor that I was working with. And she said, "I'm the one that diagnosed him. Why didn't they bring me a gift?" And I said, "I'm the one that went in and held his hand while he cried." And there was 2 times. The other woman, she, I didn't expect anything from her, but she did come to me. She thanked me after she had her treatments. I was there with her when she had her biopsy on her breast. I was there in the clinic when the doctor gave her the news. She was Spanish speaking, and I did the best that I could. And wow, Matt White, that is, wow, unbelievable. I'm wondering if things are different where you are, because you're in the UK. But nurses don't deliver diagnoses here. And we go in to clean up the mess after the doctor gives it. Thank you so much. Oh, it smells wonderful, Matt. I'm going to geometry. Okay. So the Spanish-speaking woman, she Dad to 3, father to 1. Wow. Um, that's amazing. Um, she didn't have anything to give. She was on a low fixed income, and um, I didn't want anything. When I'm doing that, holding their hand. I asked her if she wanted to pray. I prayed in English. She prayed in Spanish. I cried with her, and when she felt comfortable enough to go, and I'm so glad. The first several times she came into the clinic, she brought her son from school to translate for her, and I'm just so glad that he wasn't there that day. A CNA translated for her when the doctor gave her the news, and then they both left the room and just left her there. And so when I went in to discharge, she was crying, and I just sat down with her, and we just sat in silence for a little bit, and I asked her if she wanted an abrazo, and she said yes. And so I hugged her, and we cried some more, and she was a woman of faith, and so I don't know, my Spanish is better than my Latin. Didn't grow up in the Catholic Church. I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. My Danny, how are you? Thank you for coming in. It's good to see you. Yeah. So after she had her surgery, and they got it all. I trying to think. I don't remember if she had to do any chemo after. She didn't have to do radiation, and she came to the clinic and asked for me, and I went out and met her in the waiting area, and she thanked me. She didn't thank the doctor, who could be a very loving, sweet person, but she was never like that with her patients. I don't know if they teach them that. Not all doctors are like that, though. I don't know why my phone is not staying where I want it. There we go. I don't have to be here. There we go. She thanked me, and again, the doctor is just like, nobody says thank you. You give them bad news and walk away. Refer them to another specialist and walk away. No, she didn't thank you. You broke her heart. She's going to remember you as the one that broke her heart, and and walk out of the room. Yeah, and that's very, very true. And the very good ones aren't arrogant. Hi, Time to Change. Thank you for coming in. Welcome. So right now, I'm making the hour, and I'm making time because I didn't stick to my speed plan very well. And a couple of times I looked down, and I was trying to use cruise control to maintain it, getting 32.4 miles per gallon, which isn't terrible for this car. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Especially since I'm more random than, I don't know if you know Chow Yun Smut, The Time to Change. She does live. She was pretty consistent, but life circumstances have been, 2025 has just been beating that girl up. And so she hasn't been as consistent as possible, but she always says, turn on notifications so you know when my random ass goes live. And which I think is funny because I'm more random than she is. I'll get excited and do a live and a couple of recorded videos in 1 week, and then nothing for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so yeah, the time to change what I'm doing right now is I'm heading out to Palm Springs, and I'm almost to my exit, Gene Autry Trail, and it is at the Southern California Transgender Health and Wellness Center. And when my first live kind of pooped out, and I think Matt, was it you, Matt, that said it was private? When I get where I'm going. Dusty! Hi! Hello to Dusty and Coldwater. It's so good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Everybody, as you're coming in for my birthday, which is on Sunday, can you double tap the like button so that my likes and my views line up? I love it when I get to 100%. And I actually try to get other people to 100% too. I think, yeah, at the end of the live that I lost when I was going through the Badlands of Moreno Valley. I'm sure it has something to do with Gold Base, the reason why we lose a signal there. I lost signal and had to restart my stream. No offense, truck, but I don't want to be behind you. You remembered glove pens. So, 2 reasons why is I believe in the mission. I believe that everyone, regardless of who they are, deserves quality and compassionate healthcare. And for many people, the Transgender Health and Wellness Center is the only way they can get that. So I want to be a part of that. And I found out about it through my friend Daisy, who was a client there. She was receiving services. This time last year, I noticed she was having a lot of trouble with her stomach, but she was also stubborn. She and I are both Aries sons, and we don't like to be told what to do. And her doctor was being a big dummy. And when a doctor can't figure something out, that's when you refer someone to a specialist. And this man did not do that. And I will forever resent him for that. I don't know if they could have caught the cancer in time anyway. But they might have been able to do treatment. If they had started treatment this time last year, who knows? I mean, we could have had her with us a little longer. Last August, she went out to LA to get her consult and basically her pre-op. Exactly, mocked. But everything here is a business, and I hate it. I hate it with a purple passion. Healthcare never should have been an industry. Oh, I'm supposed to be turning right here. That's all right. I'm going to find a Starbucks. Because I'm way early. because Matt, your virtual tea was wonderful, but now I'm parched for real. I'm gonna need a new tea, a real tea. Um, so yeah, she had gone out to LA. She had her consultation and pre-op. They had scheduled her surgery date for September, and the next day she found a large amount of urine in her blood. And I told her to go to the emergency room immediately. And so by that night, she had been diagnosed with liver cancer that had it had metastasized, and it was already at stage. It was terminal. They were going to set her up for chemo treatments. They had even placed a portacath. It's a device that they can implant just under the skin. Has a catheter that goes into, I don't remember what vein at the moment. It makes it easier so you're not having to get stuck repeatedly. Yeah. Well, actually, driving out this way, talking nonstop for an hour, and realizing that I haven't had any water yet today, and it's 11:21 in my world. Okay, I thought there was a Starbucks up here. Okay. All right. The portacath means as long as it's working, they don't have to keep sticking you um, treatments. So you don't have to worry about IVs going bad and things like that. Um, so they put that in, and she just starts getting sicker. She was at a hospital in Corona, a hospital that is not my favorite because where I worked before, that's where we sent our clients when they had any kind of illness. And oh, Ramon. Oh, okay. I can go to Ramon. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Ramon, Daisy lived off of Ramon, and it's taking me right over to her by her house to get to Starbucks. It's okay. It's okay. I can do it. um, yeah, seeing Ramon kind of derailed me. Um, yeah, there's always a reason to, even partial privatization in healthcare. I don't think it should be that way. But our current regime doesn't even want to give people, they keep acting like Social Security payments are a handout when the reality is that's money that we put into the system and we just feel we deserve to get it back. The end. Because if you're not going to give the money back, then stop taking it out of our paychecks. Just stop it. So, anyway, she was discharged from the Corona hospital. excellent a time to change. Yeah, that makes me feel a little bit better. I believe that this can be turned around, but things are going to get a whole lot worse before that happens, unfortunately, because of the speed at which they are moving and the speed at which the ones that could fix it are not moving. So, yeah, it is theft. But Muskie asked, says that it's a scam on the government, that we are grifters for expecting that money back. Because he's not from around these parts and he doesn't understand why it's important to us and why it was done in the first place. He's the grifter, but he's also a gaslighter, and people are buying his story. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yes, he is the grifter. Okay, I'm going to just park rather than go through the drive-through, because that way we can still talk. And then I'm going to order from my phone. So my picture might disappear, but I'm going to keep talking. You know what, Matt White? That's been a thought. I was really looking at Ireland when I realized it would only cost me $250 to transfer my license. I was just like, hold up. But I want to wait until the kiddo reaches 18, which is actually in September, because thank you. This is me cleaning up to make a good first impression. After today, they don't know who they're going to get, but fortunately, I don't have to be out here until noon. So, yeah. Um, well, Matt White, this kid doesn't seem to care about the drinking age at all, and it hasn't cared since she was about 12 or 13, and we didn't know it, unfortunately. It's kind of toned down, but I know she must be still doing it when she's with her friends, and I have to let her see friends. She needs to be social. And they're really not bad people. They just make stupid decisions. But that's teenage brains. Anywho, back to the job story oh my goodness. Is COB in here? Hey, COB, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming. Make do, come on. Let's see. Yeah, definitely. A time to change. Where are you? I've been to London. I loved London. Mary, thank you for coming. Oh, no, not Mary. Kim. Gosh, my brain. Hi, Kim. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I'm just telling the story. More people come in, and then I want to retell it, and then I get distracted and on a tangent. And so you get the shorter recap. Today I am out in Palm Springs for my first day of orientation at the Transgender Health and Wellness Center, which I chose to do because I believe in the cause. I believe everybody deserves quality, compassionate healthcare, regardless of who they are. even the racists that tried to pop in here in my chat earlier. And I just believe in what they do. And also because right now I was talking about my friend Daisy that passed away last August from cancer. She received services there and was actually training to hi Lupita, thank you. Yeah, this is the real hair. I was wigging it and most of you didn't know. In my little picture for my channel, that was my hair, and I actually took that picture. I'll tell you the rest of the story some other time, but I took that picture not far from here in Palm Springs. But that was my real hair before I blew it out. I was trying to remove the hair color because I wanted to go gray, and I was hoping I could just do it myself, and it didn't turn out so good. Completely damaged my hair, and one day I just said, forget it then. So I buzzed it again. Yeah, I buzzed it before the cruise, and then brain, come back to me. I buzzed it before the cruise, and I tried to wear wigs. As soon as I got to Miami, I realized the wig situation wasn't going to happen. So if it was as humid in the Caribbean as it was in Miami, it wouldn't stay on. So I gave up on that, and I didn't wear them during the cruise. Yeah, so I lost Daisy. I cannot remember dates anymore like I used to after losing my Kim. It's bizarre because she would think it was remarkable. She would ask me if I remembered what day something happened, and I could tell her off the bat. And then when we lost her, all of a sudden I can't remember things like that way. I'll be able to, if I see a calendar and I can picture one in my mind, I can tell you it was the second Wednesday in August last year. That's all I can tell you. But that's when Daisy passed. I was able to talk to her when I went the day before on that Tuesday. And thank you, Time to Change. I went to work the next day, and it's this big monthly meeting that we had at my previous job. And yeah, it really throws you off, and some of it comes back and some of it just doesn't. So I still remember birthdays and things like that are hardwired into long-term memory. But when I try to put something into short-term memory, it doesn't last very long at all. Last month I was helping my uncle with some healthcare stuff. He's exactly 20 years older than me, and I kept getting his birthday last week. You know what? It's entirely possible and that's one of the reasons why I stopped using any kind of processes on my hair. Let me just look and see if they have my stuff ready. Oops. That's not it. Oh, I can't do it here. Hang on a second. You're gonna lose my picture probably again. Yeah, because I found out I actually had uterine fibroids and a large polyp. I want to say about 5 years ago. And a few months later, Facebook group I was in, a lot of the women were talking about it, and somebody just finally, after decades, of black women using hair straighteners and hair dyes and everything. They just finally started doing research and finding that these products contain carcinogens and chemicals that mimicked hormones, which was causing uterine problems. So I learned that after I had them removed, and because I pushed the doctor out here. I don't know how they handle this in other countries, but in my part of the world, typically they just say, well, we'll just keep an eye on it. I'll put you on an iron supplement so you don't develop anemia and blah, blah, blah. It was causing problems. And I was starting to look like I was pregnant. But they just want to wait and see. And I think that's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But there's a lot of things in women's health care that, yes, and I would just call it out. Yes. And the reason why I finally went to the doctor, the time to change, is that I had one cycle that was just entirely too much. And okay, Cricket. Oh, editing you've been avoiding. Yeah, I'm finding editing tedious myself, which is why I wound up not doing as many uploaded videos as I had planned earlier in the year. I'm learning though, watching. It's funny that we can watch YouTube videos about how to YouTube, but they've been very helpful. I figured out how to do timestamps last night. I didn't realize it was easy as just, let's see, my back is, oh, thank you. Yeah, I had one cycle that was so bad that I had to crime scene clean my bathroom. And I was just like, nope. So knowing the processes, when I get to see the gynecologist, he has the, I'm just all over the place now. Oh, good. So they got you in and took care of it right away. I advocated for myself and I brought back up. My friend Sarah went with me, and I saw he had the table all set up to do a biopsy, and I've known what that's like, and because I held women's hands while they were having a cervical biopsy done, and I wasn't having it. It's colposcopy. I was not going to do it because they don't give you anything for pain. They don't give you anything for anxiety. They just are like, women are tough. They have babies. They can handle it. Over the counter without a prescription? Yeah, I gotta move. I gotta move. Oh, what did I do wrong? I thought I was supposed to turn here. I was supposed to stay